Hello guys, welcome to another session of AppSheet and more. This is going to be an introduction video for an app series we are going to be doing and learning how to build an app for a business. So I'm going to introduce a case study so that we all appreciate it and are familiar with what we're going to be doing in the next couple of weeks. Now, this app is an app that's been built for a business. The business is into, or the owners of this business are into the production of eggs. So they have some layers who lay eggs, and then they harvest these eggs and they sell them in crates. So over here, this is the introduction page. This is a welcome page. So it's called the Owens Farms. So when you click here, this is the section where eggs are recorded. So when eggs are harvested every day, it's recorded. So you have the dates, you have the entry information, or the last entry information, last entry date, eggs quantity, number of eggs that were bad, number of birds that have passed. Then you have the stock level, so number of eggs in a crate and number of eggs that are not in a crate. And then over here we have record a new entry. Now the purpose of this is to keep this side of the app very simple, so that whoever is using it doesn't have to be too sophisticated to figure out what they're supposed to do. So all they need to do is to see this simple dashboard or simple entry information, key indicators, and then they can just click here to record a new records or new entries. So you can enter the quantities of eggs harvested. So let's say 420 eggs were harvested, 10 of them are bad, 20 of them are damaged. So we have broken eggs and we have damaged eggs, and then let's say there was no mortality, 0. Okay, now what the app does is it takes this 420 eggs and then it breaks it down into a crate of 30 eggs. Okay, so every crate has 30 eggs, and then the remainder remains outside the set. Okay, so you have this recorded, and then it's going to change the number of crates and then the eggs in stock. Yeah, so you see the number of crates has increased to 151, and the eggs in stock is now 27. Great. So once that is recorded, you also have a section for all your eggs recorded. Okay, so all these are all eggs that have been recorded over the period of time. Okay, so this is a section for recording eggs that has been received. Now the app is in two main parts: section for where eggs have been received, and the business section where we deal in selling of the crates, deal with customer information, sales, payments, and all those things. So when you come to the menu view, you can switch view over here to the store section. Okay, so I created this to allow people to know how they can sort of create a divide in their app, right? Where you have one section for a group of people and another section for another group of people, and then you, the owner, can switch between those two views. Great. So here you have a similar view, that's a store view. Okay, so over here you have to today's sales, crate of eggs has been sold, amount received. Now you see the stock levels is also over here, 151 crates of eggs in stock. And then you have a number of debtors, total debt that has been paid today, and the amount of debt or amount in debts, right? Amount that's being owed you in debt. Then we have the sales amount. Okay, this section, now the sales view is a dashboard view, right? You can see today's sales, and you can see all sales record. Okay, so this is the total sales record is for 2023, 2024, right? And this is just a section for today's sales. So when you click the plus icon, you can record today's sales. Now let me just walk you through how it's done. Now in business, you have different types of transactions or payments, right? Someone can pay for something in advance and want it delivered in a later date, or the person can pay for something in credit and then he receives it today even though he has not paid yet. So we have to capture all those scenarios. So the first question I ask in this app is, when will the eggs be delivered? So by default it's set to today, right? But then maybe if it's set to later dates, right, meaning that the person is making an advance payment automatically, right? So today we can set the amount, let's say you don't have 200 crates, but let me just put in 200 crates. And it says record shows that the crates in stock are just 105. So this kind of control checks to make sure entries do not or tally or correspond with the stocks we have or stocks levels we have. So let's say the person is buying 90 crates of eggs. That goes through. Then you indicate the price per crate. Let's say it's 30 cedis per crate, which is not true. And then you have the various modes of payment, right? So fully paid, part payments, fully credit, or paid in advance. So let's say part payment, right? Part payment. So mode of payment. So we have cash, bank, and Momo, right? So let's say the person is paying with bank. The person is supposed to indicate how much the person is paying in cash or paying currently. So if it was fully credit, there will be no amount section, right? Because the person is buying is fully in credit. All you need to do is provide the person's details as a data. But part payment, the person has to have an amount section. Hold on. You have to have an amount section as well as the debtor's name. So the total amount, why does this keep moving? The total amount is 2,700, right? So let's say the person is paying just 1,000 out of that 2,700, meaning the other 1,700 will be in debt, right? So all you need to do now is to click here, debtors, and then you have all your list of debtors over here, right? Their names and then their images as well, which you can select from. If the person is not available in this list, right, after typing the person's name, say this Daniel is not available, so I can create a new name. So I say Daniel, right? Also phone number, I can just provide a phone number, right? And then an image if I want to. It's not required. The phone number has to be 10 digits. Okay, is that 10 digits? I think that's more. Yeah, and save. Okay, so Daniel is over here, right? That's the amount, and then I save. Okay, so a sale has been made today. You get it? So every time a sale is made today, it will come over here, but then it will also show at the total sales. So you see today's, that's it over here, right? So what this means is that this page will only show today's sales. The next day is going to change to be fresh for new sales. Okay. Then let's come to expenses. So we have today's expenses. That's the same concept. And then we have this month's expenses. That's October's expenses. So any expense that's been made in October will show over here. And then all the expenses that have been made in 2024 will show over here. Then your grand total expenses. So if you are interested in a particular section of the expense information, you can just quickly go there. So you're just interested in this month's expenses, you just come here. Want to see all expenses, you just come here. Right, so that's the idea, that's the concept of the expense section. And the expense is quite straightforward. You add by selecting an expense category. Let's say financial charges, the amount you indicate, and then the details indicate the amount, and then you move on. Right, all these are just helper columns that I should have taken off. All right, I'm going to discard this. Then debtors, which is a very important aspect of business, being able to track your debtors and their payments, right? So you realize I just created a transaction for Daniel Usu, right? So this is Daniel Usu. This is the amount he's supposed to pay. You have a phone number section where you can call him, and you have an image to help you easily identify him, right? Then when you want to record a payment for Daniel Usu, you can click on this icon to quickly make a record, or you can drill into his data and then you can find more information about him. So this is more information. So Daniel over here, right? This is the phone number. There's the amount owing, right? And then this is the transaction he made. This is the transaction he just made. He bought 90 crates of egg at 30 cedis. This is the total amount, and this amount he has paid, which is 1,000 cedis. Okay, and then it shows also the payment amount of how much he paid when he paid, bank, and then all those information. Good. Okay, so let's say Daniel wants to pay an additional 500 cedis on this amount. So you record payments. There's a name. The list of all transactions that Daniel owes for will show over here, or has a balance to pay will show over here. So it says on this date he had a transaction of 2,700 and the balance on that is 1,700. You just select that transaction, right? Then you say that okay, he's paying this time with, let's say he's paying with Momo, and then you indicate that okay, he's paying 500 of that. Okay, and then you click save. Okay, and that automatically goes on to reduce the amount. So now the amount he owes is 1,200, right? Good. Now you also have this for all these debtors, and then they are listed in like in descending order. So the largest amount to the least amount. So you have Luke Martins over here. You have his phone number details. You have the amount he owes. He has an opening balance of 2,000, and then an outstanding balance currently of 2,650. Okay, these are all his transactions, and these are all his payments that he has made. Now, if you want to record a payment for him, you click here, Luke Martin, you click on transactions. So these are the transactions where he owes an amount, right? So let's say the last transaction of 10th May 2024, he bought goods costing 2,100, and then he hasn't paid anything out of it. So you just click here, right? We just click here, and then we're going to say, okay, he's paying this by bank, he's paying 2,300 of it. Do you get it? So it says the amount cannot be higher than the balance outstanding. The balance outstanding is 2,100, so it has to be 2,100 or less. So let's say he's paying 2,000 of it, or let's say 2,100 to knock it off. So now I click save. That is gone, right? When I come to record a payment again, when I come here, that transaction is off, and then it's left with these two transactions. So it makes it easy to see all the details of your debtors, what they owe you, what they've paid for, and so on and so forth. So it's easy to track. Then over here in the debtors page, which is also a dashboard view, basically every view over here is a dashboard view. So when you come to when you come to debt payment history, you see the history of debt payment. You can track how much debt has been paid in a specific day. So you come to October, right? 2,600 has been paid. So Daniel paid 500, right? And then Luke Martins paid 2,100, right? That's information over there. In the store summary too, you see that same information over here. So debt payment today, 2,600. Number of debtors 16. And amount in debt is 9,125. So at a glance, you can easily monitor your debt payment and see everything is going well. So this is the project we are going to be building on. It's going to be a series, so I'm going to be doing this slowly. I'm going to start off from the stock section, and then I'll build on and then create the business section. So I know you're excited, and I'm excited as well. So I advise that you subscribe, right, and hit that notification button so that you get notification of whenever a post on this series has been released. So thank you very much, and then I hope to see you in the coming videos.